Meanwhile, a story that got national attention this week, and now Twitter's board of directors is looking to make it harder for Elon Musk to take a controlling stake in a company, possibly even stop him from buying it outright. Let's talk about what's called the poison pill defense with Young Voices contributor James Czerniawski, who's up late with us here on Fox 5. James, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you too, Jim.
You were sort of our go-to guy. You are one of our go-to guys in the Final Five when it comes to issues like this. So Elon Musk, obviously, he knows how to get headlines. I want your opinion on this first. Do we think, is he serious about wanting to buy Twitter lock, stock, and barrel?
Yeah, I think Elon certainly wants to go and buy Twitter if it's within his power to do so. When he was being interviewed at that TED conference, he certainly indicated an interest in wanting to do that if it was possible financially for him. So that remains to be seen as to whether or not this move by the board of directors will actually allow for that to happen.
So as this goes forward here, they have this poison pill defense, which basically means if Elon Musk keeps on buying up stock, at some point, they'll make it easier for everybody out there to buy more stock except for Elon Musk.
That's absolutely right, Jim. The poison pill defense was started back in the 80s when we saw a lot of companies engage in what were called hostile takeovers. And that's more or less what Elon Musk is trying to do as an investor activist here. When he notified the board of his intention to buy, it was because he thought that the only way that he could fix Twitter was if he brought it private and bought it outright. So the poison pill defense is a way of diluting the shares of the company to disincentivize Elon Musk from being able to acquire more in order to take the company private. So this is a way that the board can temporarily try to stop this thing from moving forward beyond where it's already gotten to. So what remains to be seen is what happens as a result of this plan. It can't be permanent because that's just how it works when they're executing this kind of a plan.
You know, as somebody who follows the world of tech, give me your take on the concept of Elon Musk getting his hands into Twitter. I mean, there was a lot of talk about him buying the stake, and then he was offered a seat on the board, which he turned down pretty quickly. But what can he do? Are there positives you think that he could bring as a activist investor into this company, or is it a distraction?
Well, it certainly has a little bit of both, Jim, right? Because the reality is he has fired the warning shot across the bow by stating his intentions to buy this company outright. So I think that he certainly would like to go and apply his kinds of principles to Twitter. Whether or not he can be successful with that remains to be seen. But him trying to take it private is his biggest move yet to make it happen. And the board seems resistant to that. They think that they can go and right the ship still, which is why they employed that poison pill method. So it will be interesting to see how this unfolds moving forward. But it definitely has gotten nasty very fast with this whole thing with Twitter and the board over there.
Well, again, when it comes to Elon Musk, he doesn't do things quietly. He does things aggressively. He is a disruptor and clearly disrupting this process, and the Twitter board's going to have some things to consider. Hey, James, good to see you again.
Good to see you too, Jim. Thanks for having me.
James Czerniawski from Young Voices.